I have Nipper here, and Nipper was found in the village as a very bald kitty, closed eyes, little ears turned back. He was found by a builder in the morning, he and his sister Pebbles, and we were told they wouldn't survive, but luckily we picked them up. They were stone cold. We thought they wouldn't survive. But anyway, Nipper went in the bosom of my friend who turned up. He got warmed up in her bosom. Pebbles was warmed up with a hairdryer. And there we are. All through August, they were fed every 2 hours, day and night, which was a bit crucifying because I had friends here at the time. But here he is. This is 3 years later now.
And he's quite happy.
And he's happy. He's my baby, really. He's often when you bottle feed them, they do become quite different. Excuse me, yeah, quite bonded. But Pebbles less so, but Nipper, he really is a sweetie.
So they're not feral. We had the impression that the kitties here were feral, but after a few days here, we find that they're very warm. They're just like house kitties that needed a home.
Yes, they are. Some are feral. If you get an abandoned feral kitten at 4 weeks, then they will actually adapt and you can tame them and they become like Nipper, or he was only 10 days. But if you pick up a feral cat after that, it's very, very difficult. Most of the feral ones are semi-feral, which means they'll come in the house, they'll eat, but you can't pick them up and you can't maybe touch them.
But they do get used to humans and they trust you.
They get to trust us. Thankfully, they don't trust too many, just in case. But on the whole, they do pretty well here. We have a lot of strays turn up. That's why we have the barn there, which I must show you actually. At the back of the barn, it's all fitted out with old sofas, beds, boxes, and any strays that turn up in the winter that won't come in the house have a warm bed for the night. Yes.
And Richard, who do you have?
This is Milu.
And what is Milu's story?
Milu was, she lived with an old lady in the village, and unfortunately the old lady passed away, and the son couldn't keep the cat because he lived in an apartment in Genoa. So he brought her to us, and she was pretty wild, to say the least. All she'd been used to was living in a house with an old lady, and we thought, well, it's a struggle for her when she first came, because to see all the other cats, it must have been like putting in a prison.
Oh.
But she came round, and for some unknown reason, I thought she would take to Sheila, being that she'd lived with a lady all her life. But for some unknown reason, this is what she does.
Because she is somewhat taken to you.
She loves me.
She does love you. When we were having dinner the other night, all the kitties were well behaved, except when dinner was over, she had to find this spot on you.
Yes.
And this is where she would live if she could, I think.
So I need a papoose to put her in and carry her around.
That would be
all
a
day.
request, a papoose for Milu.
And I think you said for some unknown reason, but I think the unknown reason is your kindness. She knows it.
She does.
Possibly.
It's what she needed.
Yeah. Well, she's got it.
She's got it.
And although we don't have favourites, I'm her favourite. So there are favourites here, but it's the other way round.
Exactly.